because we don't have enough of these sort of movies in the cinema. And it's great when people go and see them, they will make more of them.
Time for this.
Ocean Drive's films with Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse Cinema.
Well, it's time to put the batteries in and get them going. Hello, Collie.
Well, fortunately, I'm solar powered and it's so sunny here in Bundoran. It's going fine. However, just as we were going on air there, I was realised we talk so much off air about your fairly hectic social life. We never
very quiet.
Yeah, we never agreed on what movie we were talking about first, and which one we have the clip for. So,
I
might
have lost the clip.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're talking Materialists first, are we?
Yeah, we have that.
That is good, because I was saying to a few people, the last few weeks, Seamie, I've been very positive about a lot of stuff. But one of the things my common theme was, it's been kind of a silly summer in a very good way. That everything has been an upbeat and nonsense, silly, like superheroes that are very superhero and throwback to the old comics. You know, we had the Naked Gun just giving us a good laugh, and this is all a very good thing. All lots of very positive stuff. We had Freakier Friday last week doing this. Now this one is still a positive movie, but it's the first, and there's going to be a run of them for the next few weeks, of sort of grown-up cinema. We've had our summer blockbusters, and we're coming back to grown-up cinema, and something that hasn't been here for a while, which is a bit of romance in the cinema. And, you know, I've seen this movie discussed a bit as a rom-com, because it's a story about Dakota Johnson, who's a matchmaker, you know, and she's kind of torn between her ex-boyfriend, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal, this new fella that she meets. But it's more romantic than comedy, even though it's very funny. Do you want to play the clip, and we might get a little taste of Materialists?
Let's talk about your next match. She's 31.
I'd get along much better with girls in their 20s.
I'm gonna die alone.
You're the matchmaker.
What are you doing at the singles table? You are a 10 out of 10.
Dance with me.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
I missed you. You make me feel valuable.
You're exactly what I'm looking for.
Does anybody even get married?
Because they're hopeful.
Oh, Mr. Right. Oh, yeah, we get the idea. It actually looks very polished and very nice in the clips.
Yeah, it's beautiful looking as well. And this is by a woman called Celine Song. We talked about her movie last week, Past Lives. Now, it's not as poignant as that movie. That was really, you know, it's a beautiful movie, but really hit you in the feels. This is a little bit more upbeat, but it's still very emotional, sentimental. And it's based on her life. When she first started as a playwright in New York, she just couldn't get any work as a playwright, and she worked as a matchmaker. And she says, I was rubbish at it, you know, all the other jobs everyone was doing, like working in a bar or as a waitress. And one of the things it's about is, you know, what people really think they want and maybe what they need. And you know, all of these people, you know, and this guy, they kind of played a clip of him. You know, he's very handsome, well-to-do fella in his 40s, and he's going, you know, I've been dating all these young girls, and I think I need somebody more mature. And you can see her looking at him going, yes, he's finally copped it. You know, he's 48, he needs that. And she goes, I've this lovely woman, you know, she's 39. He goes, no, I mean, maybe 27 instead, you know, like, and there's all this sort of stuff. But in between, there's a talk about relationships and what you're really looking for in a marriage. And it's, you know, is it a business deal almost as much as anything else? You know, are you looking for somebody who's the same interests, or might that be boring and might you clash? Now, I thought this was really good. There's like 4 or 5 laugh out loud moments, but it's much more a drama about, you know, relationships and life in a way that we don't really see on the big screen. You know, it used to be 1970s movies were all like this. We haven't really seen this. But one of the things I thought it was interesting, as much as I loved it, there's a really nice young man called Michael Statham who does TikTok video reviews, does lots of that stuff. And he went to see it the other day and in our cinema, and he didn't get it at all. And I genuinely think it is just an age thing, because this is not about first love. This is about when you realise, you know, when the passion goes out, what you want to really be with. And, you know, is it what you think you want or what you need? I think this is really clever, beautiful cinema making. As you said, you could tell from the clip how wonderful, like, it's New York City. And the thing is, she is not particularly wealthy, but she works with a lot of wealthy people and sees their lifestyle and goes, is it all about the money? And of course, the answer to that is sometimes it is, in that it's not all about the money, but money makes life easier. It's easier to have time to go out and meet people if you're not worried about, if you're working, 2 jobs. That's a lot harder. I think, people will really like this if they give it a chance and go and see it. It is one of those that I worry that people might go, oh, is that something you go to the cinema for? But it is just so, like, it is great. And of course, it helps all the beautiful people, like, it's Dakota
Pedro.
Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal that she's torn to. And Pedro Pascal is this rich, successful businessman full of charm, and he's just going to go, and I might be in love with him, let alone Dakota Johnson. But
Where does he get the time to make all these movies? He's in everything.
And he's in one next week as well. But it's really interesting. I'm really grown-up cinema. I think these things usually come out in winter rather than summer. I think people will really like this if they go and see it. But I'm not surprised, as I said, a young 23-year-old, 24-year-old maybe didn't appreciate it quite as much as this old fool did.
Okay. All right. We're giving that thumbs up. When is that opening tomorrow?
That's open right now. It opened
right now. Fantastic. Right. This is back. It's Nobody 2. One was really good.
Yeah,
Tell me,
really good.
Is this any good? Is it? Yeah. Is this
any
good?
Because it's more of the same. So the last one, I think one of the things is it's nothing original. It's so some bad guys pick on a nerd, not realizing he's actually a badass and badasser than anyone else. And
we love those movies.
And he was a family guy, and he got to beat up a load of bad guys. And this is it. And part of it was his life was so boring. His family thought he was the most boring guy in the world. They found out he was this ace assassin. This one, they're kind of falling into the old boring patterns again, and he decides he's going to bring them on holidays to the one place his dad ever brought him, and they go to this small seaside town. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to like this anyway, but the fact that it's an old-fashioned holiday town with a fun fair and a water park, to this Bundoran boy, this was very appealing, right? And even part of the stuff was, some of the stuff isn't that modern, but that's the point of it. It's to go back to where you were as a kid and relive it again. But little do they know, isn't it, the place where Sharon Stone, who's having a whale of a time, being so over the top. There's an interview with her in The Guardian. I guarantee anyone read it. You see, she's like this in real life, really enjoying herself. It's full of stuff and nonsense, and actually beating the stuff out of people and nonsense. But it's really good. If you like the first one, you like this. It's the same again, but I mean that as a compliment.
And they brought back a couple of Christopher Lloyd's back.
He's back. Stealing the show, absolutely his granddad with guns.
And I spotted Colin Hanks.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks' son.
He's very good in this.
He looks exactly like Daddy.
He does, yeah. Well, in the brilliant movie we saw a couple of years ago called A Man Called Otto, he did play young Tom Hanks. But he could play this role in his sleep. He's the bad sheriff, but he's having a great time. Everyone's having a great time. You can see how much everyone's enjoying it.
Okay.
Good, silly fun.
Okay. No week goes by, and every week, and yet again this week, you've got a supernatural horror film for me. Together.
There's no way I'm going to let you watch this one, right? So I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it tomorrow morning. I haven't seen it yet, but the staff came up to me in the cinema today, and we usually put out the posters, the new posters, the next morning. We have the posters in the cinema until they are released, and then when they're released, we put them outside the cinema. The staff came up to me today and said, could they put this poster out early? Because the poster is freaking them out. If you're being freaked out by a poster, this is a scary movie. And here's the thing, it actually kind of ties in with Materialists to a certain extent, because this is about a couple who've been going together for a long time, played by real-life married couple Alison Brie and Dave Franco, who you mightn't know their names, but you will know their faces. And it's about they're growing apart, but something weird happens. And instead of growing apart emotionally, they start to grow together physically. The trailer freaked me out.
Oh, right. Oh.
The trailer freaked me out. This is in the lines of The Substance we talked about a year ago. It's like a body horror. And I am going to take the bullet for you and see it tomorrow. I think it's going to be one of these. It's very good if you like this sort of thing. But I'm purposely going to see it early on a sunny day. So after I watch it, I can go outside in the sunshine, eat an ice cream and go, oh. But it's going to be freaky, freaky, freaky.
Yeah, very mysterious stuff. Together. And that's opening tomorrow, is it?
That's opening tomorrow. And Nobody 2 is opening tomorrow as well.
Okay. Now, you've got something for the kids, thank God. Super Charlie.
Yeah, don't get these movies mixed up. Yeah, Super Charlie is it's another one for kind of the under sevens. The idea is it's based on a series of books where this boy dreams of being a superhero, and then he has a little brother which he's very resentful of, only to turn out the baby is a superhero. He is Super Charlie, and he goes and saves the day. So it's, you can imagine 6 and 7 year olds thinking it's hilarious to have Superman the baby. That's the point of it. And parents looking for something now. Probably this weekend. I'm thinking more the weekend after next when the rain is back. But if you're looking for something to entertain the gang, or maybe get them out of the heat, because let's face it, we love a bit of good weather, but none of us are made for this after a couple of days, right?
Absolutely. It's been hot. It's been very hot indeed.
But this
you recommend it anyway. Super Charlie.
Yeah, Super Charlie. That
under sevens, is it? Under sevens.
I think so. Just judging from the trailer. Okay. Again, it only opens tomorrow. I'll check it out tomorrow.
Anyway, you couldn't leave it out, could you? Missed it Monday. I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, I know what you did last summer. Mostly what I did last summer was hide from the rain in Eclipse cinemas. But I really enjoyed this. I was surprised. Yeah. And again, this is the other type. You said about supernatural horror and all. This is the other type. This is the one that, like the VHSs I used to watch from Extravision when I was 14. This is a silly slasher movie. It's revenge. Who's the guy in the hood? That's what this is. And it's played a bit for laughs that way. And it's a real teenage movie. And it's coming back on Monday. It's only a $5. And it's good crack. I enjoyed it. I really didn't think I was going to like it, but it was a quiet week and I went to see it and I actually really enjoyed this. It is, do you know what? It's like Nobody 2. It is what it is, and people who like this sort of thing will like this sort of thing, which is a silly review, but it's probably the most honest review of all. Sometimes it's like that. But please go and see Materialists if you can, because we don't have enough of these sort of movies in the cinema, and it's great. When people go and see them, they will make more of them. And that's really interesting. And Celine's song is genius. And seeing as we said it last week, I know somebody asked, Past Lives is the name of our previous movie. Check it out. Google where to see it.
Absolutely. That's Collie and Movies.
Bye.
With Eclipse.